To it with our Friday market panel. Carol Roth is here today, Feature File Legacy Planning System creator and a former investment banker. And also Scott Martin out in Chicago from Kingsview Asset Management, a Fox contributor. All right, obviously, as Edward says, Scott, we'll talk trade this hour, but big picture, the story is the economy. I think a lot of us, I know I've, as usual, scrolling through Twitter this morning, about 8:30 in the morning, and I was 3.2%. I thought it was a misprint until I saw 5 or 6 tweets in a row. I said, boy. So what do you make of this GDP figure? Are you excited about the future, or do you say to yourself, I wonder if we can sustain this? What's your take?
Oh, I mean, Connell, you know I'm always excited about the future, so that goes without saying. But I will tell you, economically, though, my friends, even the Democrats and most Republicans should be excited, because I think this was a data point, the GDP that you mentioned, which is backward-looking, yes. But originally, I mean, gosh, go back to the beginning of the year, this was supposed to be maybe flat, maybe 0.5, 0.7%, and now we're above 3. So that's very good, plus some revisions that'll come. So to me, you look at these recent data reports, whether it is GDP, wage growth numbers have been very good, unemployment numbers, too, on the percentage-wise. Those have been all very much stronger, let's say, than what we thought they probably were going to be coming into the year. And I think stocks are taking a lead from that, because we're seeing these new highs in the markets these days in response to good earnings as well.
All right, Carol, what's next then? What is the future? Future file, right? What's the future hold here?
Future. We're going to look into the future. And as I always say, you know, I quit my job at the Psychic Friends Network, so I don't have that connection anymore. But my best guess is I think that you're going to get this balanced out a little bit in the second quarter. There were some things in terms of inventory build, in terms of exports being up and imports being down, that I think may weigh a little bit on the second quarter. So I think when you average out the year, I certainly don't expect that we're going to see 3.2% for the full year. But could we see 2.5%? Absolutely. And I still think that that is fantastic news. I think anybody's going to be happy with that. So from my perspective, you may get a little bit of an up and down, but overall, this should be a very nice growth year for us.
Love it. The biggest Dow winners this week, Disney, United Health, and Microsoft. Let's go to Jerry Willis with more on how the markets did this week. Jerry.
Oh, my gosh. Melissa, a bumpy week for the markets. We had mixed earnings. The Dow closing its second down week in 3. But when it came to the S&P, when it came to the NASDAQ, we hit new highs yet again. Second record close for both of those indexes. The S&P above 29.33. That was the critical level. 6 points higher than that, 29.39. The NASDAQ had to close above 81.20 to make that record. Did so by 26 points. So that's very exciting news. But let me tell you the blowout news today that everybody was excited about. Amazon is now going to give Prime members free next day delivery. So you can just say, Alexa, deliver my toilet paper, and get it the next day. It's going to cost Amazon about $800 million to make this happen. I can tell you that Walmart and Target were lower today on this news. Remember, Amazon made 2-day free shipping a thing. It didn't happen before that. So you can expect all these retailers now are going to jump in and be forced to really do this as well. That's why those stocks were down. Melissa, back to you.
No, it is so interesting. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to change the landscape. Jerry, thank you. Carol and Scott are back to react to this. I mean, they did free shipping originally, got everybody on that. Then everybody was losing money. So they went to you join the club and you get the 2-day. Now to go to next day, it puts a lot of pressure on everybody else. Carol, how do you, I mean, it's kind of a question of, do they spend so much money it kills them before everyone else is forced to do it?
No, absolutely not. I think that they have been a leader and an innovator, and this is something that everybody is eventually going to figure out once Amazon sets the course. And if you think about it, I mean, they have over 100 million Prime members. Think about how many households we have in the United States, like 128 million. And I know it's a worldwide number, but still like equivalent to 80% of the households in the United States having Prime. They're going to be able to do that investment. They're going to do this. It's going to benefit the consumer in terms of time and convenience. Everyone's going to follow suit. And at the end of the day, Melissa, these greedy corporations are going to benefit the consumer, or we're all going to be happier for it.
Scott, I wonder if they're using the post office for any leg of this, because you remember, like, that's one of the president's big beefs, is that Amazon has made terrific use of the post office to deliver some of their stuff. So I mean, maybe I bet buried somewhere in this story is either they're getting away from the post office or they've cut a new deal. There's some nugget of that in there. What do you think?
There may be. Now, I hope, if I'm counting on one-day shipping, Melissa, I hope they're not using the post office, because I've tried that before conventionally, my friends, and it has not worked out, okay? So that's just one man's story, but that is what it is. Carol's 100% right. This is a benefit to the consumers. This is increased efficiency. It's increased service. And she also made a really good point. I mean, Melissa, you and I have been Amazon Prime zealots from the jump. I mean, I'm fine to admit that on national TV with you. Amazon Prime still remains the best deal on the planet. And they just, remember, guys, about a year or so ago, kicked up the price by $20 a subscription. They just found $2 billion in revenue by doing that, and nobody batted an eye. They've got total control of their destiny.
I guess, but they absolutely lose money on me. I get like 20 Amazon boxes
I think
a
so
day.
too for me.
Yeah, they couldn't be making money on me, but whatever. Anyway, we'll see, guys. Thank you.
All right.